All right, let's dive deep into one of the most bizarre, most fascinating places on our entire planet. We're going to explore a world that was lost for millions of years, hiding in plain sight right under our feet. So let me just ask you something. What if an ecosystem existed right here on Earth that was so strange, so completely cut off from us, that it might as well be from another planet? Well, it turns out, a place like that actually exists.
Okay, so our story starts deep, deep underground in Romania, in a place that was totally hidden from the world until just a few decades ago.
Yeah, you're seeing that right. 5.5 million years. That's how long this cave system has been sealed off, completely isolated from the surface. I mean, to give you some perspective, modern humans hadn't even evolved yet. That's how long this place has been locked away.
And when I say sealed off, I mean sealed off. No sunlight, no nutrients, absolutely nothing from our world has gotten inside. It's basically a perfect little time capsule, a biological experiment that's been running on its own for a millennia.
So, the big question is, how on earth did we find it? You might think it was some big, planned scientific expedition, right? Well, the real story is way weirder.
Believe it or not, it was a total fluke. Back in 1986, some workers were just surveying the land for a power plant. And then, bam, the ground just collapsed, revealing the entrance to this lost world. Imagine going to work one day and accidentally discovering a completely alien ecosystem.
And what they found inside, just wow. Over 170 unique species. We're talking fungi, spiders, scorpions, you name it. And a ton of them were completely new to science. The fact that so much life could exist down there, in total darkness, is just mind-boggling.
And the critters themselves are straight out of a sci-fi movie. Think about it. If you live in permanent darkness, what's the point of eyes? So, yep, they're all blind. And why bother with color? They're ghostly pale, almost translucent. This is evolution on hard mode, folks.
Okay, so this leads us to the biggest puzzle of all. On the surface, everything, and I mean everything, gets its energy from the sun, right? So, how in the world is anything alive down here in absolute darkness?
Right, so up here we have photosynthesis, plants using sunlight. It's biology 101. But down in Movile Cave, they threw that textbook out the window. They're not using sunlight. Instead, they're powered by, well, poison gas. Seriously, things like methane and hydrogen sulfide. It's a whole different rulebook for life.
And there's a name for this crazy process: chemosynthesis. It's the secret sauce for this whole ecosystem. Forget plants and sunlight. Just picture tiny bacteria using a chemical reaction to create energy. That's the foundation of everything here. And the food chain that builds on this is so wild. Here's how it works. First, you get these toxic gases bubbling up from thermal waters way down deep. Then, you have bacteria that just feast on those gases. These bacteria create these slimy, gross-looking mats all over the place. And finally, all the blind critters, the spiders, the scorpions, they just crawl around and eat the slime. That's it. An entire food web built on toxic gas and slime.
Okay, so this is where things get really big picture. This weird little cave in Romania suddenly becomes super important. I'm talking it could help us answer one of the biggest questions humans have ever asked.
Yeah, get ready for this, because it's a total jaw-dropper. Scientists, the ones searching for life on other planets, are looking at this cave and thinking, wait a minute, what if this is what's happening on other worlds? They see it as a blueprint for alien life.
Just think about it for a second. We know that moons like Jupiter's Europa and Saturn's Enceladus have huge oceans of liquid water, but they're buried under miles of ice. Totally dark, right? But they probably have hydrothermal vents at the bottom, spewing out chemicals. Sound familiar? It's the exact same setup that powers the Movile Cave.
So, this cave is basically Exhibit A. It's living proof that you don't need a sun to have a complex, thriving ecosystem. It's a real-world example of how life could totally exist in those dark, alien oceans.
All right, let's wrap our heads around all this. What's the big takeaway from this amazing hidden world?
I think the most important thing this cave teaches us is that maybe, just maybe, our ideas about what life needs are a little too limited. Life is incredibly stubborn. It doesn't always need sunlight. All it needs is an energy source, and sometimes that source is just a chemical reaction in the dark.
And that's what's so beautiful about it, isn't it? We're always looking up at the stars searching for aliens. But it turns out, one of the most alien worlds we've ever discovered was right here, hiding just under the ground we walk on.
So,
I'll just leave you with this final thought. If a whole world this bizarre can exist, completely hidden in a cave on Earth, then what else might be out there, hiding in the darkness, just waiting for us to find it?